Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from Money 2020 in Las Vegas, and joining me for this segment we have Alex Artmann. He is the Chief Operating Officer at Avenue Securities, and we're going to talk about the Brazilian market and how it's impacting investors on that side of the world. Alex, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thanks for having me on.
Let's talk about Avenue Security and what your role is in transforming what's happening in the Brazilian markets.
So Brazil, it's a very unique market because it's such a big market, but it's a very closed market. So it's a 1.3, 1.5% of the global index, yet 99% of the investments are made locally. So what Avenue is trying to do is well, the home bias is really big, right? Because again, it's 99% versus 1.3 of the global. So what Avenue is trying to do here is to facilitate local investors, especially the smaller ones, to come to the U.S. and invest in the U.S. and diversify their portfolios. That's the ultimate goal for Avenue. So democratize this access to a global market.
What about the current market environment, right? It's been volatile for 2022. There's a lot of retail investors that were new to the marketplace. How has that impacted Brazilian investors?
Yeah, I mean, the impact was really big, because this year, different than the years prior. I've been through a lot of different crises,
right.
2008, 1999, the Nasdaq and all that. The difference this year was impacted both equities and fixed income, so there was no place to hide. Of course, the impact on our clients was noticeable, but what we're seeing, what's very interesting actually, when you see our AUC, our assets under custody, you see that they keep growing on a month-over-month basis, showing that the clients, our clients, they understand this is a long-term investment opportunity, not a trading or something like that. It's very focused towards like a long-term investments. So buying mutual funds, fixed income, and other products.
Now you just announced a deal with Banco Itaú. This is Latin America's largest bank, right?
It is.
Tell us about the deal.
So we entered into an agreement. It hasn't been approved by the regulators yet.
Right.
We're still waiting for the central bank to approve the transaction, which we hope is going to happen like February or March next year. But this would, Itaú is, as you said, it's the biggest bank in Latin America. One thing with Avenue is that we were really good in building the products and services. We had a very solid platform. But I think it's always the case with new companies having access to the distribution channels, right? We have 600,000 clients, which is a lot. We have almost $2 billion in AUC prior to Itaú, which is also a lot. But in order to take the next step, we required someone like Itaú to give us credibility as well as access to the distribution channels.
That seems to be a key trend when, talking at Money 2020 or with other fintech companies, that you have the ability to pivot and be quick to deliver the technology to market, but working with the larger institutions gives you the scale to get the product out there,
right.
and acquire the customers.
And to what you just said, what's interesting about this deal is that they actually, Itaú, recognize that, and they're going to let us be independent for at least 5 years. We don't want the end of the contract is kind of open.
Right.
There are different ways this could go. But what they're seeing is that they want to preserve the team. They say you guys are doing a really good job. You know what you're doing. Let's keep it this way. We'll see in 5 years.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. You have a young, agile team.
Yeah.
Why would larger institutions want to reinvent the wheel and invest all that money when they can acquire or do a deal with a company that already has the technology established?
And for Itaú, time to market was this really put them sped up the process, for time to market for them, because what Itaú created was such a big demand, in the local markets. All the big brokers, and the other big banks are coming too. So what Itaú saw, was an opportunity to beat the competition and be the first one to deliver that,
All right, Alex, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks.
Thank you, Jill.
And thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you, Jill.